Hello everyone, great to have your company here on Kalkine TV. I'm Rachel and you're watching The Buzzing Trends. Today we'll be taking a look at the tech space and how it's performing on the dividend front. With inflation on the rise, dividend shares are back in focus amongst investors. But unlike the US, where tech companies play a commanding role in the dividend segment, the Australian dividend space is dominated by banking and mining firms. The Australian tech sector has remained under pressure so far in 2022, weighed by rising consumer prices and expectations of multiple interest rate hikes. The ASX All Technology Index is down over 17.71% on a year-to-date basis. The index has fallen over 15.34% since the 1st of July 2021, showing a pressure level on tech shares. Let's talk about how the global tech shares fared on the dividend front. Well, according to the 33rd edition of the Global Dividend Index report released by global asset management Janus Henderson Group earlier in March, global dividends achieved a new record of $1.47 trillion this year, with miners and banks accounting for the lion's share of the dividend pie. The report stated that the most rapid growth came from regions where 2020 had seen the steepest cuts, such as Europe, the UK and Australia. Importantly, payouts reached new records in several countries, including the US, Australia, China and Sweden. The emerging market dividends soared to a new record, driven by the recovery in Brazil. On the other hand, the tech sector accounted for 11% of dividends, with a rise of 8%. However, global tech giants such as Microsoft and Apple contributed a big chunk to dividends, making the overall figures largely skewed. The report also added they expect global payout to reach a new record of $1.52 trillion this year, a headline increase of 3.1% with underlying growth of 5.7%. Let's look at the ASX tech firms' dividend payout. Well, the report noted that out of the 15 firms in the IT sector, 8 distribute dividends. Almost 63% of these tech firms raised their dividend on a dividend per share basis compared to a year ago. On average, an ASX share in the tech sector has a dividend yield of 1.05%. Even though it's much lesser than what the ASX-listed mining and banking companies offer. The report revealed that multinational mining, metals and petroleum company BHP was the world's biggest dividend payer in 2021. Radio and communications manufacturer Codan, with a yield of 4.06%, pays the highest dividend among these tech firms. Now, we'll be back with our Buzzing Trend show tomorrow to share the latest market insights with you. Till then, stay tuned with Kalkine TV for more stock, business and economy-related hot trends. I'm Rachel, signing off for now.